Hi, I'm Vicki Odell, the Creative Goddess. Today I thought I'd show you how to make this double braided raffia wreath. That's not easy to say. Stick around. Okay, for this project, you're going to need a wire wreath form like this. This one, they come green, and I didn't want to take a chance on the green showing when my wreath is finished, so I just real quick gave this a spray with Krylon spray paint. So now if some of the raffia or some of the wire frame shows through, it won't be so obvious. You are also going to need some ribbon, a bag of raffia. If you can get the raffia that's in a real long strand like this, that's the best. A couple of floral picks if you want. Some good wire cutters. I like my Nip-X wire cutters. And some shears, like these Fiskars shears. Okay, so this is spray painted and it's dry. And so we're going to open up our bag of raffia. This always makes a lovely mess. And then this particular brand is tied at one end, so that helps us. You're going to need another set of hands or something heavy like a couple of bricks. The hardest part here is to divide this into 3 sections. We're going to braid it just like we're braiding hair. So we're going to divide that into 3 sections, which means you've got to kind of go down toward the end and separate it. So this is the part where you take this and you sit it under something heavy or have someone hold it for you while you braid it. So let me braid this and I'll come right back. And we get down to the end of the braid. It all looks like this, and when we get down to the end, we're just going to tie it off with a rubber band like you would a braid on your hair. Now that this is done, we're going to take this and wire it down. And then the trick is to try to find some spaces in here where you can run the wire and then just tuck it in under the braid. So we're going to flip that over. And tie that nice and tight. You could use twine. The wire goes through the raffia a little bit easier though. And then just secure it right to this form. So we've made 2 of those long braids, and you'll see that this one starts here and ends here. We're going to do this one the opposite way and start here and end on this side. And you want to make sure that these 2 sort of meet up. So I have my 2 braids attached to the wire. The back looks like this. In a few places I tied the braids together because I kind of wanted to separate. The tail of the one braid I tied pretty close to the frame, and this one I tied over top and just let it kind of do whatever kind of funky wild thing it wants to do. So now I think I'm going to make a bow. There is going to be another video on my YouTube channel that'll show you how to make the bow, but I'm just going to do it real quick. Okay, so I've added the bow. As you can see, I've just tied it on. Like I said, there's going to be another video on my YouTube channel that shows how to make a floral bow like this. I left the extra raffia hang down. And you could add floral picks or little bits of like leaves. Here's a sunflower. You could just kind of tuck it in there or at this part of the top of the wreath. I actually kind of like it without though. But if you do add this, take your wire cutters and cut off the pieces and you can stick them in there. You can either use floral wire and wire it in or use glue. Now here's a couple of tricks. If this is going to be out in the weather, you would want to use something like Aleene's tacky glue. Just dip the end of the floral pick into the glue and then insert it. It'll take a little while to dry, but that will hold up outside better than hot glue. freezing and thawing makes the hot glue brittle, and it'll eventually crack and fall off. And here's another thing. If you have a floral pick that has these little berries on it, these don't do so well outside in the direct elements. The freeze and thaw makes them eventually pop open and burst, and so then you'll see a lot of white. The berries won't look quite so good. So if it's going to be outside, you might want to use something that doesn't have the little faux berries on it, and you'll probably want to use something like Aleene's Tacky Glue. I use Aleene's Tacky Glue in like all the cemetery arrangements and things that I make because it just holds up better outside than hot glue. So there it is. I hope you like this project as much as I do. I like that it has a little old world charm to it. I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel and come and see me at vickyodell.com. See you again soon. Hi, I'm Vicki Odell. I am.